Sam Lloyd, host of the Red Chair Life podcast. And as you can see, 6 weeks of working at home, I'm having hair issues. The barbershop salons are all closed. And y'all women out there, I don't know how you're dealing with this pandemic. On the serious side, this is another episode of Ball Speak, aka BS and Coffee Moment. Now, today's episode is going to be real special. Why? Because we're going to have double the brain power. Not any type of brain power, but two bald men. We're going to sit here and talk about all the craziness and the BS that's going on in this world. Unscripted, and we'll just take it where it goes. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Jamar Stokley, who also has his own podcast called NP40, New Power 40. So let's get, hold on. Okay, all right, there we go. All right.
Real.
Mr. Jamar, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Representing the bald heads out there.
Oh, yes, this is the key, all right? All you guys and you women out there, this is what you want to look for, okay?
Right.
Especially Jamar there.
This is called experience.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Badge of honor.
Definitely. I don't know where to start, man. I have absolutely no idea where to start. There's just so much stuff going on that it's like, okay, where do we start?
I don't know either, because I've taken a break. I called it social media distancing. They're talking about social distancing. I threw the media in, and I'm not getting on Instagram. I'm not getting on Twitter. I'm just gonna sit here and be at peace. I'm so sick of everybody right now.
I think everybody should do that. With me, it's the same thing. I mean, between all this virtual meetings and the social media, it's like it's a double compounded, between being stuck here in my apartment and just listening to the same thing going over and over and over and over again. And I'm asking, why are people stuck on this, listening to the same crap? Oh, it's like they expect new news, but they know it's going to be the same.
Yeah, like just in case.
Right.
You might say and instead of but today.
Right. But wait, breaking news. Wasn't that yesterday? And the day before that? I'm going to come out with an episode that says broke news. Now that'll get people's attention. Broke news.
News.
Oh, man. Yeah, one of the things that I've been shopping like every week, and I said on 4 weeks. I mean, is it my imagination or is the survival food for like pandemics and world-ending pizza? Because they're always out of like frozen pizza. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, pizza and cookies.
It's like,
okay, all right.
Oh my God, it is just mind-boggling at some of the things that just Americans just and I see why the rest of the world is looking at us like, really, really.
We get it firsthand because we're in a very diverse group of people all over the country.
Yes.
Not the country, the world.
Yeah.
And they give us their perspectives of the U.S. and what their media is saying, and I'm just sitting over there shaking my head like, yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's I can't. Well, I claim half. I got my U.S. citizenship. I'm not from the U.S., so I'm half the problem. So. Oh man, yeah, it is.
I would surely say you are also the other half of the problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. Right. From the Black and Asian perspective, so I have a unique perspective on this whole thing. All right.
That's a double beatdown, man.
Oh my God. Now, I gotta ask you a question. I'm going through now. What is it with your experience, with your children and their mother in terms of how they're coping? I mean, is it all panic? World is ending. Oh my God, we're gonna die, or what's?
No, it's funny because under these circumstances, they're much cooler heads. Our wars were fought way before there was a pandemic.
Oh. So you're probably better off than 99.99% of the other couples out there.
Yeah. I'm like, what's the big deal?
Right. Oh my God.
Oh man,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like my wife, she's Italian, so obviously her perspective is a little bit more, I guess, critical, serious because of what Italy went through. But even with that, it's just amazing how there's a dichotomy of those that think, okay, it's not that serious, and the complete there is no happy median. It's either this or that. It's
yep.
just crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, it's
But
a good thing that you have a well balanced, family structure.
yeah, I won't say it's well balanced, but
Okay, okay. Oh my God.
just the fact that even when things go upside down, we're still hanging together. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the thing that probably the most difficult thing right now is just having my like daughter and I'm sure with you with all your daughters and son is having them around you the whole time while you're trying to work with the virtue trying to entertain, and it is just I'm not a believer in giving my kids this, but this past 6 weeks here go. This is my moment of peace. Only moment of peace.
here's your other daddy.
Right, right.
He'll raise you for a little while.
Oh man, I don't know, man. It's just so. What's the main? I mean, this past 6 weeks, and I've worked in my apartment for about. This is in the 6 weeks now. Monday will be beginning 7. Wow, that's crazy. But what's your biggest challenge? I mean, this thing. Are you getting like stir crazy, or just kind of going with the flow, or what's?
Not yet, man. I was used to working from home.
Mm-hmm.
So when this happened, there was no significant transition for me. It's like, okay, of course, nobody wants to be told where they have to do something. So that put a little dent in me. But after a while, I was like, I'm cool. So my biggest thing is seeing the influx of people on the internet now.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Where did they come from?
I thought it was bad before. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, the stuff out there is just like, I mean, it's gotten to it's just, I mean, it was bad enough, but it's just that times 10.
Now we're literally all living on the internet.
We are. I mean, this is, it's, for me, it's really weird. I mean, this is like the beginning stages of how the Matrix got started right here. I kid you not. I mean, this is how it must have gotten started. And the thing, I mean, if this continues, it's what another 2-3 months in this avenue. I mean, this will be the new mode of communication, which I think the whole business environment has completely changed. This will be the new paradigm shift going forward, which is real scary because I'm old school. I like to see, I like to touch. The bad breath. Okay, I smell it. Oh, just stay away. But at least you're here. But we just can't. I mean, it's wild. I mean, I'm hoping we return, but something tells me that this is going to be more of the norm going forward.
You just brought up a positive point for people with bad breath. People who have halitosis are now living their best life.
Oh, yeah. They're like, yes. It's like, hey, how you guys doing? Can I talk to you right now? Oh my God. Oh, you are absolutely right.
They're saying all the H and W words as much as they want.
Right. And the spit, all that stuff. Ooh. They are in heaven. They're just getting all excited right now. Just, yeah. Oh, wow.
Shout out to all the bad breath people.
Yeah, the bad breath people, the halitosis, this is your world right now. You can do whatever you want. You will no longer ever be embarrassed.
Bro, is there no bigger turnoff? All right.
Right.
But when a woman walks up, beautiful, right? You're like, oh man, she's bad. And then the first thing that comes out of her mouth is boo boo.
Yeah.
Because that's what you smell.
Right.
What she said.
You're like, oh. And now you're like, oh man, she's just wow. Talking about that lip. Oh my. I saw a snippet like late last night, but they're apparently starting this virtual dating on like Tinder or some episode, which I can't. I'm just like, is it me or I'm just like, really, really? But the sad thing is, it's probably going to be one of the top shows because people are just, I mean, I have no clue where people's mindset are. It's just mindless, stupid stuff that has no relevance. And they're drawn to that. Every once in a while, it's okay, but not continually.
Now it does, man, because it's like, what else are you going to do? And people are looking for distractions. And I'm also looking for love. You only do this for so long.
Right. Oh my goodness. I don't know, man. It's some crazy stuff out there. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I must say I'm enjoying my imagination a lot more these days. And when I do hang with the kids, we graduated to building whole cities for the Hot Wheel cars and stuff, and I'm wearing their jewelry, and I'm having a good time as a parent.
Oh yeah. We've had I just tore down this castle that my daughter built in the dining room. Yeah, I just dropped her off at her mom. Yeah, she's it's just like every day. So what she's doing now, she's going through every drawer, finding just anything and building stuff. Anything. So it's been an interesting thing with her. And the one thing that I do regret for y'all parents out there, I was thinking, I was going to buy my daughter one of those Nerf guns, I'd be like, okay, it'll be fun. We can kind of shoot each other and around the apartment, chase each other down. Don't do it. Don't.
What happened?
Now, I'm sitting here in the middle of a meeting, having a virtual, she comes, kapow! I mean, point blank range on video. I'm just like, Austin, I'm having a meeting. Oh my God.
She was around the corner, she cocked it. I'm about to get this.
Oh yeah, exactly. I heard that clock. Oh man, I don't know. It's just some crazy stuff.
Let me ask you a question. Okay.
Yes.
So we've got these stay-at-home orders. Well, for those who actually gave an order, everybody else is still encouraging people.
Right.
Crazy in and of itself, my opinion. So obviously this thing is highly contagious.
Right.
I had a neighbor, and if she sees this, I'm sure I'll get a text or a call.
Or she'll report you to the authorities.
I'm report now. But that was the request. She asked if I could help her move a washer and dryer.
Yeah.
And my first thing was, why are you getting a washer and dryer right now?
Yeah.
How many outfits are you changing into? We ain't going nowhere, man.
Right. She's just self-conscious. You know how it is when you wake up and you're like, oh. It's like
change. I mean, like, no, stop all those fantastic habits. You don't have to. Oh. My opinion.
Yeah.
When she asked that, now she sent this via other people to ask me, try to hit me in the soft spot. And I've helped her move furniture before, but I'm like, this was pre-pandemic.
Right.
And she drives one of the shuttling services, transportation services.
Okay.
Services. And I'm like, okay, you are at high risk. And I'm supposed to carry your washer and dryer in and out.
Oh.
Am I wrong for thinking that way?
No. I don't understand it. I mean, some of the craziness, for example, you'll see one person out in the park, I was in Austin, and the cops will stop this person. You have to put your mask on. You're looking around. It's like one person. There's nobody around. And I'm just like, it just is like taxpayers' money for just stupidity like that, and it's not stupidity. My opinion is more about control. But I've seen pictures on the YouTube where there's a guy paddling, one person paddling, and there are these two 60-foot lifeguard boats chasing this guy down. because he was, he wasn't supposed to be in there. They weren't supposed to be on the beach. And I'm like, all right, these two boats, they're probably spending, I don't know, $500 every half hour and all to chase this one guy out. There's not, but again, it's just this insanity of how this is going. I'm just getting more and more just crazier and crazier by the day, my opinion.
Well, heck, they're probably going stir crazy too because they don't have anything to do. So when they see that one person, they're probably like, "Action! We got action!
Assume the position." Well, put your mask on first. Mask first. Okay, now assume it. Oh my God! And the funny thing, this is serious and funny. But if you ever see those past videos of police meetings, now it's going to be, wait. All right.
Stop running.
Stop. Oh, this could go on. I mean, it's just, oh.
People gonna think we lost it. You know this, right?
No, I have, folks. I have. I lost it about a week ago.
They're gonna look at all our other podcast shows, see these other. They're so calm and motivational. And
right, and we're just like, no. Here, let's meditate. Ready? And I did that too, folks. All right, I meditated with this man and 3 other people. All right, and it felt good. And then when I woke up this morning, I realized I'm still working from home.
Back to meditation.
Yeah, back to meditation. Like every hour for me. One meditation a day is not gonna do it for me. I do it every hour.
I wake up every morning, man, and that's my time.
Yeah,
and that's what time I take to meditate. And it's like I have to take a trip.
I mean, for me, I just started recently, but I have to start that on regular because I've noticed when I do meditate first thing in the morning, my day is vastly better than just waking up and start, working stuff like that. So it's for all of you guys out there that are like me, getting stir crazy, just meditate. And we're not talking about, you see these meditation, these, this position, cross-legged, and it's just stop, quiet, and just let your mind, just clear your mind of just stuff. And it is so powerful. I mean, so I don't know your experience, but the one I did with you a few days ago at 11 o'clock at night. I mean, that when I went to bed, I slept pretty well. And then the following day, I was like, oh man, I feel good. So it is powerful. It is powerful. So, definitely.
Yeah. Somebody's going to come after you though for the little fingers in the.
Oh yeah. Cylindra, sorry.
You're going to get it. You're going to get it.
But I am going to have you on my podcast, and we are going to have a session where I'm going to sit cross-legged and what this. Now, for y'all out there, I'm not throwing gang signs. All right, it's not gang signs. This is Indian meditation. But
yeah, he's not throwing gangs. You don't want those bullets coming at you. The bullets are Twitter feeds now. Those are bullets. Right. Pow! Pow!
Oh my God! No, I'm having a lot of fun, and for the audience members out there, Jamar and I are part of the London Real Broadcaster Academy students that graduated about 5 months ago, taking the podcasting course. So we still keep it a pretty tight communication within our core group, and I'm very, very blessed to have met Jamar and the rest of the members because their exposure has really kind of broadened my horizon. It's crazy even though we're all from different parts of the world. I mean, we have so much in common that you just, most Americans think that if you're foreigner, it's like, no, we're humans. We have the same needs, the same problems, we just speak a different language. And some of us look funny. I won't name who. I'm one of them, so. But it's been a really interesting perspective because as I stated earlier on, there's a lot of viewpoints from one extreme, from the conspiratorial stuff to, the government's going to save us. They're going to be our savior, blah, 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 blah. But it's the same thing going on in a lot of the other countries, is that you have the broad spectrum. It's not, we thought it was just a U.S. thing where we think one way and then we have another group. It's the same commonality throughout the world of what people are kind of waking up. What's interesting for me is in our group, there are a lot of people that we've been kind of sharing a lot of information. And there's a few of us that's like they're kind of waking up. They're like, you know what? I didn't know that. Yeah. And then things start, happening, especially with how the world's government, the WHO and all this stuff, it's like you start seeing trends. You see one or two, one, coincidence is one thing. You see two, mm-hmm. 3, 4, 5, and people start questioning, which I'm glad it's happening, but more of it needs to happen, because a lot of this stuff, contrary to what most people think, and did it happen naturally? I mean, I have my belief. I don't know, but how it's being structured, how it's being pushed, it's just there's too many coincidences to say that. Oh, it's just it is what it is. That's my opinion. So. Yeah.
I just had this conversation with somebody, because I've talked to engineers. I mean, I've talked to different walks of life, including our group of diverse individuals. And it's like, one thing's for sure, despite the root of the virus or the technology or whatever you want to talk about, we can all agree that things have been mishandled post the discovery of these things existing.
Definitely.
Like, regardless, we can debate all that other stuff all day long. We're all being impacted by the mishandling of these things. So the response sucks. So when you start talking agendas and stuff like that, you'll start lining them up.
Yeah.
Because we're all negatively impacted.
Yeah. No, this thing. The more I look at it, it's my wife accuses me, and she's right. I won't say I'm a negative positive. I plan for the worst, but hope for the best. But she still states that you're too negative, and I guess I am. That's something I'm going to work on. All right, meditation, and then I don't know what else. I'm going to work on it. But at the same time, I'm a pragmatic person. I mean, you see things happening, and I tell people you can't stick your head in the sand. We see it happening, and you can't. Yeah, I know. And you can't go, oh, I hope it's going to get better. I hope it's going to get better. It's like, no, it's not going to get better. So you need to take the actions to, and if it doesn't happen, great, then you can move on. But for people that are just, no, it can't, it won't. And when things get progressive worse, these are the people that are very dangerous, because at that point they panic. They have no, it's like cornering an animal. That's why in the U.S., being from a different country and having the blessing of traveling the world, when it comes to major catastrophes, earthquakes or whatever, most like third world countries, I'd rather be there, because those people know what to suffer. They know how to handle extreme situations. We don't, because look at us. First thing of a potentially global pandemic, what do? Toilet paper. I mean, stupidity like that. So if the situation gets progressively worse and worse, where we don't have TV, we don't have frozen TV dinners, Americans gonna it's gonna be interesting. That's all I can say. It's gonna be very, very interesting how Americans react, and we know how they're gonna react, because the world has seen like Black Friday sales. I mean, that is what is going to happen if the situation continues to go downhill, which I pray to God it doesn't, but the rate it's going, you're just like,
It'd be nice, again, talking about our country, we like to follow trends.
Yeah.
And for the world, we are the trendsetters.
Yeah.
And it's so dangerous, because most of the trends we set aren't of really any benefit to humanity. It's just something to do, something popular, something flashy. Yeah. We move on to the next thing. And that was the same thing in this pandemic with the tissue. Nobody was actually doing the research to see why buying TP was important. It's like, oh, Joe Blow and Jill and Jack, and it's popping. I better get some tissue. And it's like, it would be so cool if everybody would take a moment with themselves, not sticking your head in the sand or the clouds, as you said. Just take a moment with yourself and say, all right, how much of anything is benefiting me right now? Don't just follow just because that's the way the wind is blowing. Stop for a minute and say, is the wind blowing me in the right direction? What if that's a cliff the wind is blowing you towards? Well, everybody else is going. We've been getting this example since we were kids.
Yeah.
Oh no, man! I forgot to mute my phone.
Oh, you're right. I can do mine too.
Watch this. Hey, man, I'm on a live show right now called BS and Coffee with Sam Lloyd.
Hey.
Hey, everybody, this is Christopher Daggs.
Mr. Christopher, how are you doing, my man?
Good people, how are y'all?
Okay, just say something. We're going to use this as incriminating evidence because I'm sure thousands of people are going to listen to your very words. So say something profound. Save us, please. Save us. That means that's a laugh of that. We're screwed.
That laugh means we're screwed. That's the medicine. That's the medicine. Laugh.
Yeah, laughing is the medicine, man.
Hey, man, I'll call you back after the show.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry for interrupting y'all, but yeah, hopefully I talk to y'all soon. Bye.
See you. Do this on network television. They would,
Right.
You would get scolded. They might dock your pay for something like that.
Now, for y'all audience members, the rule number one of all podcasting, you always turn off your phone. But again, this is impromptu. We're breaking all the rules.
And look, my silly self just put my phone. I hung up and put my phone down. I still didn't mute it.
I think mine's still on too. I don't care. You know what? You were talking about how other countries' viewpoint, with the toilet paper. And this is I just thought of this. Okay, this is profound. Businesses right now realize how much money they have been wasting on toilet paper for their employees. So after this is over, y'all, I'm telling you, business is gonna be rationing out. They're gonna give you 2 or 3 sheets when you walk in the door. This is gonna have to last you a whole day. This will save us, 10% from the bottom line.
Well, it'll be automated.
All right. You put your hand in there and go bzz, 1 sheet at a time.
the toilets will be reading butt prints.
Right.
They're gonna know how many sheets of toilet paper you took.
They're gonna be like, Sam, would you please come to our office? Yes. Based on our record here, you're 1 sheet over. Based on your performance, you're supposed to try to meet our savings goal. You didn't meet your goal this year, so your bonus. I'm sorry, Sam. Oh my God.
This is bananas, man.
Yeah, no, it's and the thing that I'm finding out is, yes, I'm a little bit, according to my wife, a little bit, negative and just worried about the stuff. But you have to have humor, because if you don't have humor, oh my God, these people, there's a lot of people out there. And I got sucked into at one point in time in life where you go to these doom and gloom, internet, and it's that constant. I don't know how people do that on a constant level. Now, I'm not constant. One day I'll get into it and then I get drained and then okay, let me happy. I'll go back in there, But the people that are looking at this stuff every day, it's just like my wife said, stop. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. She's right. You have absolutely no idea, what tomorrow's going to bring. Even though we're seeing evidence of things going in a certain direction, just stop and just take a moment and chill.
Yep. I literally had scheduled how much time I was going to download of news media every day. And it was 2 hours, 3 hours max if it was really something I was into. But it was 2 hours from 9 to 11 every day, 9/11 Central. And then I had to shut the TV off. I had to stay off the phone and go on about life. And I figured out that even those 2 hours a day were draining. It was draining. I was consistent for 5 days for a week. And that Friday evening, man, I was like, I am whipped.
Man, you're making me feel depressed. I mean, I spend like 12 hours. Do I have a problem? I'm shaking. No.
Your intervention.
Right. No, but it's crazy, man. You can only watch so much stuff. And in fact, a lot of our friends that I've had opportunity to talk, they're saying that everybody's saying the same thing. They just had to turn the news off because it gets to the point where it's like overload. I mean, it is just total overload to the point where you're just kind of paralyzed. So it's like, yeah. But I don't have that problem. I rarely watch the news, and usually when I get the news, it's from somebody else a day late. So I figure, if the world isn't blown up, if it's that important, somebody will tell me. Like the coronavirus, I kid you not, the coronavirus, I had no clue of the coronavirus. I was on a business trip in Mexico, and I heard people talking, I was like, what are they talking about? And everybody's like, huh? And I'm like, and they're looking like, you haven't been, no, I've been on a business, and I don't watch news. Like, oh, okay. So, but
I had a friend who went down to, I think he went to Cancun. Yeah, his trip left right before news hit. They landed, got ready to party, and noticed that some people were kind of standoffish. But for the most part, he said the majority, everybody was having a good time hitting the beach, and because they were unaffected. Yeah. So he really had no clue what was going on in the world. And I was supposed to be on that trip. I'm not salty, I'm glad he had a good time.
Well, I have to admit that I had one of those moments. This is maybe about 6 weeks ago when the quarantine was just getting started, and my wife was, I don't say freaked out, but just like, no, you shouldn't, blah, 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 blah. And I got to the point where I was just tired of this, listening to all this stuff. It's like, so my wife was like, you shouldn't go out, da, 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 da. So, okay. So on when I came back to Houston, my friends had invited me, and we went to this restaurant, and it was packed. I mean, it was packed. And we were having a good time drinking and stuff like that. And then one of our friends busted his video out, and I see the video. So I'm like, I did this. I ducked, thought, okay, it's cool. He posted it on Facebook, and when I came up to my wife, and I didn't lie, I said I went out with I went out and met with some friends, and she's like, I saw you. Like, what are you talking about? Play. What are you talking about? I saw your shirt. I was like, oh. So needless to say, bad argument. Not quite, to the point of divorce, but it was bad. And I admit it, I wasn't quite telling, I just didn't tell her what I did. All right, Sam, I had to say that, but it was, yes, but I was right. Sam, yes. My wife's name is also Sam, so it's like Sam and Sam.
Yeah.
But I was looking, I was like, I was like, no, the shoulders. Like, I saw you. Oh my God. But it was wild because the way the millennials mentality, I mean, the restaurant was pretty much 90% of the millennials, which is, that type of mentality, young, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it was just so it's not us folks. It's the millennials that's spreading this. All right. It's not us.
Even though he was out there with them.
Yeah, well, I was peer pressure. That's what it was. Peer pressure.
So I'm feeling youthful too. Shoot.
Yeah, but you know what? I think I had a good glass of margarita, and that alcohol kills viruses. So I was all right. That's my explanation. If you're drinking alcohol, higher chance of killing the virus.
That means 90% of my family is good.
Yeah, mine too.
It's like, I knew I was doing this all my life for some reason.
Can you imagine going to the bar now? Now it's about hand sanitation. The first bar scene, they pretend it's a bourbon. Okay, it's going to be like. And then.
Oh,
Oh my God. Yeah, that is the when they open up the bars and the club, that somebody has to have a camera. People going in there and going, the dancers just like coming up to a woman, hey, can I buy you a drink? Whoa.
What? You want to do what?
Right.
That's gonna be over now. You feel you approach them wrong and you're hitting on them the wrong way of touching them. Now, if you offer them a drink,
and I'd be like, well, here, tell you what, I'll give you a free mask. Oh, wow.
Speaking of which, that video you did about making a mask out of the
oh yes. If you get a chance. We won't give the details, all right? But I did have to use one of my wife's article of clothing. But yes, check it out on YouTube. The funny thing was that thing was as good as an N95 mask. I kid you not, because I did the yeah. I mean, I was like, man.
I believe it.
And folks, just want to let you know that this mask can be made in probably about 10 seconds flat. 10 seconds. It's not the stuff that you sew and take 15, 20, 30 minutes to sew. This thing, 15 seconds, boom, you have it.
I went to look for a couple, I'll admit.
And the thing, who was it? Was it Kalua or in our group? I think Kalua had sent, I dare you to wear it out in public. I have not worn it yet. I have one in the car just in case. But I did see a guy that had one. I mean, he had cut. I mean, you could tell it was a bra. He had like cut it and put some kind of paper clip. And I was like, okay, you do what you got to do, man. But I have seen some.
He is my hero, whoever that is.
Oh, wow.
Pick up line. Girl, you can save my life with those.
Hey, it might make a big difference. My next time I go to a club, I'll be like, we'll go to a woman and say, hey, can I borrow your bra? Just I'll give it back. I just just for the time being. Oh, geez. I don't know, man.
It's a different world, bro.
Yeah, it is. It's from, I mean, literally 2-3 months, about a little over 4 months ago, and now it's you're just like, what happened? What happened?
Yeah.
So
I'm more worried about the rest of the world, man, than I am myself.
yeah, I am too. On the serious side, the thing, I'm more of a pragmatic. I look at the entire scope of what's going on. For the people that are not aware, like in the U.S., there's almost half of the meat packing plants are closed because of the coronavirus. But we're a blessed country. We have a fairly good food resource. But you have other countries whose food needs are based on logistics. Because the logistics and everything is shut down. Their lives are going to be just impacted at a level that it was bad enough. Now it's up here, and in addition to that, just by the fact that second and third world countries do not have the medical infrastructure that we have. So it's kind of interesting how in a lot of those theories we're not hearing anything really. It's like, why is that? Are they that better off, or maybe because they're not taking vaccines? And that's a whole different topic there. But it's very, very interesting how a lot of these other countries, it's like there's really not a lot. But again, it's just whoever controls the media will show whatever news that they deem that we need to know. But you're right. I have a deep concern for all my fellow countrymen, as well as the world. Just people in general. Right now, we're just beginning to see the first stages of how this is going to really impact people in a negative manner. So lots of prayers, man. It's going to take. It's not hope, whatever prayers. It's beyond our control, but you shake your head.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do what we need to do. Well, let me take all that back. Gotta and need to don't sit well, especially in this country.
Yeah.
I just encourage people to do things healthier, watch what you're eating, try to boost your immune system, do your own research. The stuff that works for me works for me. I do cold therapy, I do breathing techniques, and I eat the majority of the time as a vegetarian or vegan.
Yeah.
I still have my off moments, but my lifestyle is everything I just said first. So fortunately, not that I'm out there out in the streets challenging Corona, like, come on, let's see if you can beat this immune system. No, but I am a bit more confident that I'll make it through it because of the lifestyle I chose. And that's what I've been encouraging people to do, man. I'm like, do what you can control, which is you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a thing that I kind of find fascinating is that most people in general, it's not only Americans, but most of the Western world is looking for this vaccine, this cure, you know, blah. And it's like the cure is right in front of your face. If there wasn't a cure, people would not be living through this. Your body is a cure. So what makes one person, you know, get over this, another person? And like you stated, it is literally unequivocally 99.9999% is your lifestyle. Are you healthy? Are you eating healthy? Your mental state. Because believe it or not, all this negativity that we're hearing 24 hours, 7 days a week, 1,000 times a day is part of the problem. Is that the mental thing, I don't care what anybody says, that's even more powerful than the coronavirus itself. So when you listen to that stuff, you're already creating a situation where your body is just, you know, in the most weakened state. But it's very, very important that people just wake up and realize your body is a cure, you know, in most of the cases. And why is that? Just everything, what you eat, your mental state, people you surround with, stuff like that. So, but it's hard though, you know. Every once in a while I have this taste, like right now, I kid you not, like fried chicken. I haven't had fried chicken from one of my favorite stores there because it's closed. And I'm like, I want some.
Need that fix.
Oh my God. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, can you hear my kids back here? Because they are having the time of their lives.
That's a good thing. Let them. They could be on top of you.
That was the other thing I want to share with people. I'm like, this is the time not to shut your kids down or tell them to shut up or whatever. It's time to figure out, okay, how can I tap into their energy? I'm trying to
cycle. Oh, yes.
You know,
if I had my daughter's energy level, oh wow.
And I'm literally working on it, man. That's why I spend so much time with them. Like, you're gonna give some of this back to daddy, you know.
Right. I don't know, man. Wow.
I encourage parents to chill out.
Yeah.
On being stern and strict and firm and shutting their energy level down and adopt it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I didn't think, you know, that was one of the things that was highlighted during this time is how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
You know, even when I'm working, you know, we have to say, shh, be quiet, especially with podcasting and in digital meetings, virtual meetings. But I thought about it, man. I was like, I don't want to teach them to be quiet and to drop their energy because things are so serious. I want to do just the opposite. And then we'll figure a balance out from there. So I just stop. Every time, man, I muffle my own mouth. I will physically do it.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm getting ready, hey!
Yeah, right, like I gotta control it someday, just like
what are you so happy for? Look, this is what we're saying. What are you so happy for? Don't you want to be happy?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Get out of here.
Go to your room. Oh my God. Oh man, we've talked for 45 minutes. Oh, wow. You talk too much. Literally, oh my God. Wow. That is insane. All right. Well, we're gonna wind up doing we gotta do this on a regular basis. I mean, this is just parts of this is just funny. People, we need this. We need this humor. We got to laugh at all the stupidity that's going on. You know, some of this is serious, but you got to laugh at it because it's like, why?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But yeah, let's follow up. You know, in fact, let's try to do this on a weekly basis if we can, because this is power, folks. I mean, come on, look at this. His and mine. I mean, I have a better shape. His is more like a deformed acorn. Mine's a really contoured like, I don't know.
Mine is more like a light bulb.
Oh yeah, light bulb. Okay. Well, I have to admit, mine's kind of whack. I think they dropped me at an early age. You know, you can do it's just kind of like
Got a nice boulder that rolled down a couple of hills. Sorry.
the ball speaking coffee. Yes, we are going to do this on a regular basis here and just talk about the stuff that's just make you shake your head.
Episode 1 in the books, baby.
Yes. All right, folks. Thank you for enduring with our stupidity. I needed it. I don't know about you. I needed it.
Yes.
And on that note, you know, for you, this is all for the bald-headed men. We have the power. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, it's our world. But for all you guys that have hair, it's cool. You'll get there eventually. Most of you guys.
We'll let you feel like you're important.
Right. All right, Jamar. Any last closing words, man?
Hey, man. I like to say, don't worry, be happy. But even if you do worry, find some time to be happy.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I plan to do the rest of the evening tonight here. I'm going to just sit here and have some fun and just watch some comedy, make myself laugh. Get my mind off of this.
Yes, sir. Next time we should probably actually have coffee.
Yes. Well, I did have one, and where's my? Oh, I forgot what I did with it. But yes. I mean, the whole reason, you know, because it's called BS and coffee. So, on that note, good night, everybody. Be safe. God bless, and until next week, peace.
Bye.